Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If today is the first time, warm welcome. And if you're a regular, thank you for always coming back and watching my video. I really appreciate. Today I'm going to speak about it's continuously of my episode. I'm on episode 6, new chapter. After being in treatment for 3 months, today I'm going to share to you how I started my journey, the challenge that I have during that time. If you can remember, I was addicted to drugs for 11 years of my life. My last 1.5 I live in the street, and now I'm 20 years clean. So my previous episode, I share how I started, how I got to Teen Challenge, and today I'm going to share from the day that I leave. So 29th of May was the day that I planned to leave, it will be made 3 months of my treatment while I was there. I actually wanted to. The program, you can stay long as you want, but 2 things. First of all, my funds, the person who was funding me dried out of fund and he could only fund for 3 months. The second thing, I already made my mind from this day go that I want to just be here for 3 months, sort myself out and go back out there and work. Right, so they come 29th of May, 2004, 20 years ago, 10 o'clock, I have to leave. I sign it, the form that I'm leaving. Pick my, I only had by that time, you know, I'm sitting here at the back of my backyard, my backyard. I'm so grateful. I'm so full of gratitude in my heart that today I can sit at the back of my backyard and share this video. I have the phone, I have the house, a place to stay, I've got clothes. But 29th of May, if I could think back that day, I left with only 6 rand in my pocket. I got no place to stay. I'm not sure where I'm going to stay. I knew. So my idea was that I must go to town, because before I went to town, I used to stay. I knew there was a backpackers day in town, because when I was a gachi that time, when I was living in the street, sometimes I will look after vans, after taxis of drivers who sleep at backpackers. So I knew there was a backpacker. So my plan is I'm going to go find the money to pay for every single day. I remember it was 35 rand a day. I'm like, it's easy for me to get 35 rand a day so I can restart my life over again. So that was in my plan. So I then left that day, 10 o'clock, got a train from East River straight to town. I remember arriving in town the Saturday. You know, Saturday, end of the month, the town is busy, and I had, but in me, I had this belief because of my mindset change. I was like, okay, great, I got God now, you know, and I've seen how people who they started from nowhere and becomes something. So I had that drive. I'm like, look, I'm willing to start from day one. I'm willing to surrender to the outcome. I'm willing to do the hard work. I'm willing to do that so I can just grow little by little. I wasn't looking forward for too much. I was just wanted just for today. I just want to live just for today. So yeah, I got it into town. The first thing I went it is because I used to drive taxi in town, and I used to be gachi on that area, so I know a lot of people. Welcome, you're looking great. The first thing I went to visit is to my niece. My niece used to stay in Weinberg. Her name is June. She passed away. May her soul rest in peace. She's the person, if you heard my other episode, she's the person who used to come to Teen Challenge and bring some stuff for me. So I have to go to her so I can drop my plastic bag. The clothes that I had I was given from the people in Teen Challenge. Remember when I went to the treatment, I had no clothing. So it was people that they donated. So I had this plastic bag where I had my clothes. I had 6 rand in my pocket, and Jesus is my heart. And that's all thing that I have. Got a lift from Weinberg, from town to Weinberg. Remember that Saturday I went to my niece. They say, okay, here's it. I just came out of rehab. Congratulations, you're looking good. Gave me something to eat. And then I said, can I leave my bag here so that I don't know at backpackers. I'm just going to take some stuff that I'm going to need, like toiletries, and then the rest I can leave it here and I can start my life. So, and then she gave me 100 rand. Praise God for that. gave me 100 rand. I'll never forget that Saturday. I went straight to town, back, got lifts back, went to town. And then from there, when I got to town, I went to the backpackers. I paid. I paid for 3 days. I was short of 5 rand. I'm like, bruh, I'll bring the 5 rand before the 3 days. So in this backpackers, you'll come in. It's the dormitory. You can come in. You can learn. You can sleep there. In the morning, you leave. You go to a bed there. You come to tomorrow. The bed has been given to someone else. Yeah, and then they told me here you must keep either we lock your stuff here, otherwise the people they will steal. Majority of people who works in town and can't reach home, they will come there and sleep. And they left early in the morning. If you put your shoes there, it was, for me, it was okay at the beginning because I just came out of treatment now. I want something to start my life. And another thing is for me, like, wow, so no one to look after me, because when I was in Teen Challenge, if we have to go anywhere, we will, somebody has to go with us. So now I'm alone. I have to be on my own and look after myself. But I remember before I left, they told me 2 things which I'll never forget. This guy is to be the manager of Teen Challenge who helped me to sign my form to say I'm going home. He told me, Jerry, you are going out there, all right? Everything is still the same. You are the change person. Go live the change. I'll never forget that. I am the change person. I have to go and live this change. I must continuously grow and live the change that has impacted me while I was in Teen Challenge, by receiving Jesus Christ, by grow spiritually. I have to live the change. That is in my mind. First night went very well. Before the night, so in the evening, I went down. Those people who live in Cape Town or know in Cape Town, there's Grand Parade. Opposite Grand Parade is this KFC. So I went to KFC there. Around KFC, there was a bar, ladies bar, which I used to go there before I went bed, before I went very, very down. I used to hang out there sometimes, and then we used to start to drink there at ladies bar and end up in Sea Point, you know. So I knew the people. So I just hang out there. I met a lot of people that I knew in previous life, not in my begging life, not in my gachi life, in my previous life when things was okay. I met those people there. And so they were like, you're looking good, Gray, we're proud of you. You're doing very well. And then they will start to contribute for me. They will start to contribute for me. Like, this one will give me 50 rand, this one will give me 20 rand. They're like, yeah, this is going to start a life. I'm very grateful for those people. I cannot remember all of them, but I really collect a quite amount of money from the people that I know just to want to support me to start my journey. And I remember I had food there and I went back to sleep there. Come Sunday, I can't really remember what happened the Sunday there, but I remember Monday, I heard that there was a guy that while I lost my business, car wash business, I actually started to build another car wash business opposite these 2 garage, and the other one I did not finish. This guy that I knew from my previous life, he went there and started to and rent that place and started to operate that place. So I knew that there's a guy who operates in a car wash space, which I knew him and he knew me. And then they told me, in that Saturday, I heard this guy has got another car wash in Marbury somewhere there. I'm like, well, okay, great. Let me go find if he can help me for the job. I went to him Sunday. I think I didn't see him. I can't remember everything that I've done in that day. But the next day on Monday, I went to him. And he was there. I spoke to him. He was very glad to see me. I said, hey, Gla, I remember you when you had your car wash. The car wash was doing very, very well. I am actually planning to open a lot of this business. Do you want to come in that we can work together? You can run my business for me and you can stay with me. Right. I must say right here now, I never thank this guy enough. Only while I'm prepared for this episode to share with you guys, I start thinking how much this guy has done on my early recovery, right? Even though I left his house because of certain reason, which I'll share to you, but I want to thank you. If you're listening to this video, my friend, thank you very much. I make my own I said to myself, this week, this month, I must find you where you are, and I must come and shake your hands and thank you once again. So he took me in. That Monday I slept for the last time, that backpackers. He took me from the road to his house, and he said to me, right, you can stay here with me. He had 2 brothers. We can share the room with my brothers. You can live here, and we can start these car washes, and you can run them for me. He had a very big dream. Right. So remember, I'm coming out of drugs, but the environment of his house was not suitable for me. Okay, one of the things in recovery, you're going to have to set boundaries. Very, very important. People, place, and things. I don't say that in that house people, they were using drugs, but the environment itself, I come up with a teen challenge. It was routine. For me, routine was very, very important. I was programmed this way. Wake up in the morning. I'm still programmed that way. Wake up in the morning, read the Bible, do of this, do of this, do of this. When sometimes my wife tells me, why must you have timed everything? So for me, it was like a new environment. I wasn't in control of the environment, and I see this is not very well for my recovery. I can't share deep stuff, but this was not very well for my recovery. But I started staying there. So I said, all right, let me just see how it's gonna go. And then I started going to his different car wash. We acquire another place. I help him to start this another place. But while I was in the car wash, I'll never forget. I think I was two weeks now. I haven't been to the church. I've been reading my Bible, which I got from there. I haven't been into the church. I'm looking around to the church, and he lives in a Tableville, and he had this car wash. One of them is in Woodstock, and one of them is Mowbray, and another one was in Retreat. So that particular day, I was in his car wash in Retreat. I also remember, I think it was a Saturday. I'm not quite sure. I was like running the car wash, tell them I lead from the example. So doing the work myself as well as I come out of rehab. And this lady came and to wash her car. She was a very beautiful lady, taller than me, very well spoken. She speaks very, very well. I was attracted by her from the time she pulled in there. 2 weeks clean out of rehab, and we chat, and I did her car, and then and somehow. She talked about God, like about. I'm like, God, what are you talking about? Similar stuff that I was listening to all this time while I was in Teen Challenge. She started sharing about Jesus with me. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I just came out of rehab. This is my story quickly. I just came out of rehab. I have not found it the church. I need to go to the church. And she said, great, I will invite you to my church. My church is not far from here. That was 20 years ago. Then I said, great. Then we become friends. She invited me to the church. Until today, I am at the church, and we got married 2 years after that, and we got married for 18 years of my life. So that is my journey. I'm just gonna share until how I end up from that guy and his business, and how my journey started. So because of this boundary that I put, I was going to church, I was going out to do some other thing, I could not be able to do it. And it was not doing well for my spiritual growth. The decision that I made. And by that time, Vanessa became kind of my support system, to help me in terms of church and guidance and stuff like that. So then I decided to leave. One day I just tell this guy, look here, I think I have to leave. I saved a little bit of money, and I went to live back in backpackers in town, and I left there. While I left there, I went to my old friend, the place that I used to work before this. It was also a car wash in Sea Point. I met with this guy. His name is Mudikai. He passed on as well. May his soul rest in peace. And I said, brah, this is what I'm looking for. And I'm here now. I've been here about for a month from a treatment. I'm looking for a work. I said, great, you can come and work here. Actually, don't need you, but I know you are hard work. I will give the job. So I took the job, and I started working at a Sea Point car wash with him. And that is where I left from that place. I will carry on next episode to share what happened from there. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the subscription button down below. And if you need any help, I'm a certified life coach. You can just book a session with me. Thank you very much for always listening to my video. God bless you. Bye for now. Peace. I'm out.